In the past year, Wings of Redemption was covered in the New York Times.
I just put the word article and NYT on the banned word list and go about my day.
He has, for the most part, given up on his diet.
Spicy chicken famous bowl tonight on deck.
He was banned on Twitch twice and was unable to stream on YouTube because of copyright abuse from his trolls. But one of the positives was a victory. He won a boxing match that allegedly had hundreds of thousands of live viewers. Though, as a contrast, when he returned home, his view counts dipped to never before seen lows.
I regret ever doing the fight.
He was hardly streaming.
Puhan, I don't know if you noticed, but I've streamed maybe a total of like 6 hours in 2 weeks.
He is not making nearly as much money as he used to, and now money is tight, so he is doing things like sniffing his chair for $10.
Oh, that was worse than I thought it was going to be.
A decline in Wing's career was always expected, but now sped up because he is feeding the trolls less, leaving the trolls and their channels in a state of decline and desperation, far worse than Wings. The drought of content has revealed their polluted riverbed in the process, creating a show alongside Wings where they are actively cannibalizing each other for scraps, as will be shown in the third video covering Wings of Redemption. But first, a message from this video's sponsor, Incogni. Incogni is something that Wings of Redemption, or really any of us, could benefit from. The core of Incogni is it's the simplest way to combat data brokers. And what data brokers are companies or other that sell your personal information. So whether that means robocalls, spam, and scams, you probably had experience with at least one of those. And Incogni combats that by contacting these hundreds of data brokers and asking them to remove your personal information on your behalf. It's quite a difficult task if you do it on your own. This is just a way better method to do it. And they do work fast. As you can see here, I already made an account and it took about maybe 5 minutes or less. And already they're sending out these removal requests, and it even shows an activity log to see how many people were tracking your personal information. I know personally I've been getting so many robocalls in the past that I actually put my phone on mute so it wouldn't wake me up. That's how bad it was for me. But it was particularly bad for my roommate who got his bank account hacked. He lost all his money in his bank account. He's still struggling to get it back because someone got access to his personal information. It is not something fun to deal with. These data brokers are persistent in harvesting your personal information. So Incogni keeps on sending out these removal requests as they pop up. I think protecting your privacy is extremely important, especially now with identity theft on the rise. I don't want to be part of that report, and neither should you guys. So the first 100 people to use the code JTKDeal at the link below will get 60% off Incogni. That is incogni.com/JTKDeal. Sponsor over, back to the video. Recapping up to where the previous video left off, in February of 2022, Wings, the Let's Play channel turned streamer, once known for his streams full of rage, has more or less calmed down. Other changes include getting married. He also got a weight loss surgery, but has been on a steady path and gaining all that weight back, all while trolls were finding different ways to spice his life with chaos. From swattings.
He got swatted.
Look at that.
Seriously? Oh, I just got a message saying that's happened.
Sending possibly real death threats.
But like, there's a picture of my yard, and it says, I was in Wings' backyard, and it goes, hey Wings, I was in your area, I thought I'd have a run in your yard also. I love your dry, crappy grass. I'm going to see if the back door's open next time, see you inside the pimp pad, I'm glad you're DoorDash so you can't catch me.
Falsifying news with his image attached to different events or tragedies.
Many people are unaccounted for. Residents used social media to search for missing loved ones.
Stealing his PSN account. And the biggest, or at least what got the most attention up to this point, was having a reliable informant tell the world that Wings did something terrible in his past.
Yeah, pretty much his whole life. Yeah, I live right down the street from him.
But as the drama escalated, it turned out the informant was not reliable and the bombshell information was nothing but a dud.
Very sorry to Jordy and your family. I'm very sorry to everyone that's been hurt by these lies.
This remained true for various other accusations levied at him, but not under his real name, which is Jordy Jordan. Rather, the fake one trolls developed for him, Bernie Gores, which if spoken a certain way sounds like burn, racial slur. Trolls creating fake CNN accounts from different regions tweeted out his death in various places, which got the attention of the real CNN.
The actual CNN never tweeted any of this stuff. Both the quote-unquote CNN Afghanistan account and the quote-unquote CNN Ukraine account are total phonies that are not affiliated with CNN in any way. Both have been suspended by Twitter. So who's that guy in these photos? He is a gaming personality, not actually named Birdie, and very much alive, whose name online trolls like to throw on social media during various international crises.
These impersonations, because of what they are being attached to, would take a very strange route. But before that, several cameos were produced to prod at Jordy, full of references on what is memed on to be his favorite foods like Wendy's chili or Pepsi. Also in these are the continued accusations that he may be a predator because of constantly recycled clips of him saying inflammatory comments in the past about the age of consent and other similar topics that he has long disavowed and disagreed with. The first of relevance is Chris Hansen, known for his 2000 show To Catch a Predator.
Jordy Jordan. Why does that name sound so suspiciously familiar? Predator-like even. Jordy. Chris Hansen here of Hansen vs. Predators. To catch a predator and have a seat with Chris Hansen. I'm Jordy. I'm going to need you to have a seat right over there. Look here and listen up. Jordy, now it's getting personal. You're talking about someone's wife here, and I'm not going to have it. Shay is our actor. Along with the Salt Queen, you're caught, Jordy. It's time to face justice. Justice from Kevin Nash and Kurt Angle. I'll be watching and listening. I'll see you soon with new Predator investigations. Don't be in them, Jordy. You can watch and listen to them.
This cameo got back to Jordy, and because of Chris Hansen's former show, it seemed Jordy assumed this to be genuine, even with the knowledge the source was from a cameo, meaning he got paid to make it.
Chris Hansen can investigate me all he wants. I don't do anything.
Wait, what happened?
The trolls paid Chris Hansen like $5 for a cameo, and like they convinced him to do an investigation on me because of the stupid clips.
Oh damn, is he actually doing it though?
Who the fuck knows? Don't really care.
In Hansen's cameo, also mentioned was Kurt Angle and Kevin Nash.
It's time to face justice. Justice from Kevin Nash and Kurt Angle,
who are connected through the WWE and both have cameos directed towards Wings. Kevin Nash's was released alongside Chris Hansen's cameo, where he doesn't appear to be in a normal state, and while reading the script he adds his own commentary about his life and turmoil.
If any of this shit's true, you're a piece of fucking shit. If it wasn't busy with my own fucking turmoil, I'd probably fucking, wish you brain cancer or something fucking mean like that, but I got my own shit going. I would, at the minimum, fucking put a pillow over his face and punch him 15 times.
The final cameo came from Kurt Angle, also released around April 2022, where he mentions Conway, South Carolina, the place in which Jordy resides.
Hey, Jordy Jordan, the dictator of Conway. How are you? It's your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle. And I want to congratulate you on beating the surgery. And I just want to tell you that me, Kevin Nash, and Chris Hansen are coming. And I know you're a 500-pound slob who says you hate Kevin Nash. And I know you drive a salvage V6 Mustang and you're lazy. And you're also unemployed at 40 years old and you eat Wendy's. And you do tax fraud. You're an idiot, my friend. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Jordy reacted to this one on stream, where it seems the novelty was lost.
Hey, Jordy Jordan, the dictator of Conway. How are you? It's your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle. And I want to congratulate you on beating the surgery.
Thank you, Kurt.
Tell you that
what came after was more of the same. Wings on May 2nd was again trending on Reddit for one of the controversial clips covered in the previous video.
I did say the age of consent should be 12. You know why I said that? Because growing up in high school, I knew girls that were like 12, 13, 14, fucking on the regular.
The post was titled Fat Neckbeard Thoughts on the Age of Consent, posted on r/justneckbeardthings. With nearly 5,000 upvotes and more than 500 comments, it was yet another successful post, but nothing that those aware of Jordy already didn't know. And if these videos are continuously recycled, there will be guaranteed indifference from so much spam. However, the trolls were in luck, because only 2 days later, on May 4th, Jordy was feeling generous enough to give them a new thing to upload to Reddit. This time under a post titled, Streamer Calls His Wife a 5 in front of her. She is not happy with it. Uploaded on the subreddit r/sadcringe.
Why is the standard so high? Because high value is high value. Like me personally, I'm not high value. Like I consider myself like a 4, right? Because I'm unhealthy. I got a cute face, but like I'm like, if you go by my body alone, I'm a 3. But like where I'm at in life, I got my house paid for. I got a pretty good savings account, things like that. I think that knocks me up to a 4. So I'm slightly below average male. What would you rate yourself 1 to 10? You said a 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think you're a 3?
Absolutely.
And they're upset that I think you're like a 5, 5.5.
Yeah, you should think I'm a 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Mark.
Oh. Divorce strain knock. Kelly's cool with it.
The majority of top comments were littered with Jordy's trademark phrases and other things that only those in the know would be aware of. But even those people didn't have access to the fuller context of the clip. Other segments of the clip stream reveals Jordy's scale is quite strange. For context, this is a photo of Amber Heard, and he believes her to be as attractive as his wife.
Amber Heard, if she didn't make tons of fucking money, she would be like a 5 or 6, woman. What would I rate my wife? Kelly's easily a 5.
And this is a photo of Beyonce, who is 60% more attractive than those other two, according to Jordy.
Like, if you put Beyonce at an 8, Amber Heard's easily a 5 or 6.
In the same stream, he makes the attempt of comforting her.
Doesn't she look amazing?
Mm-hmm.
She is so self-conscious.
My fat face.
Again, you could be 125 pounds and you'll still be like, oh, look how fat I am.
And?
You gotta love yourself a little bit more than that. That's the point I'm trying to get across. It's like, if you don't love yourself, you're always gonna find flaws.
This is to further show that these clips and pinhole view of Jordy through the Blanket Troll's perspectives are unreliable. A dangerous thing when the intent of deception is moved to your audience. But even among the fractured troll communities that have established themselves against Wings, as their audiences would find out, dismiss their cruder tactics to accomplish the goal of removing Wings' redemption from YouTube. To give an idea behind their intents, we look to this stream also in May, where Wings, despite prior support, again rehashes that he will die obese and has given up on losing weight.
I've failed every type of thing. I've had 2 personal trainers. I've had a boot camp weight loss. I've tried losing weight myself multiple times. I've done Dr. Norman here in Myrtle Beach. flew to Mexico to have my stomach cut out. I've had people to support me that live with me. Like, I've tried everything to lose weight. I'm not going to lose weight. So let's get over that. Let's move on to the next part of my life.
Still in the same stream, he moves to his YouTube analytics to show his monthly earnings from December of 2021 to when he's streaming in May of 2022.
This is what I've made on my year to date. December I made 4. February I had a really good month. I made 8. That was Mario Luigi. Then 27. Made 26 last month.
He reveals that, with averaging his monthly earnings, he is earning just about the median for a full-time employee, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. But to many, he doesn't work that much or put enough time to earn those paychecks. It is this, combined with his complaining, anger, and prior statements, that has created such malicious trolls against him, where entertainment is no longer put first. Instead, it is misinformation and harassment, further spurred by Wings' vague statements and acknowledgement of their efficacy, like him saying he actually got some of his trolls arrested.
Yeah, I've already got the United States guys arrested. The TikTok stuff. There's TikTok stuff, and like there was one that got arrested for like the fucking swatting.
These impersonations hit their peak when on May 24th, the day of the Uvalde shooting, was this tweet gaining traction alongside news of it. Quote, elementary school teacher Bernie died sheltering his students from gunfire at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. Rest in peace, unquote. This attracted a newly reached audience. But CNN and other agencies were not covering this as intended because they were long aware of these impersonations. However, because Wings' image had been used so much by fake CNN accounts and other tragedies, Conspiracy theorists were using this as evidence for the existence of crisis actors, emboldening them to speak out on it. It was this deception against this crowd that eventually had them again cover Bernie, as a way to clear up the misinformation and further discredit the conspiracy theorists that took the bait. What happens then is several news publications were reaching out to Wings to get a statement, all of which he declined, except for the New York Times. This was happening in the background and no one knew a story was being developed. Instead, per usual, new clips of Wings' streams were being cycled online, like Wings, for a period, charging to activate his webcam or mic for his streams.
I think I'm just going to keep the webcam at a $100 donation goal. And just never have it on. Fuck it.
There was also this clip of him stating he pees the bed more as an adult than as a child.
I never peed the bed. I mean, I can't say I've never peed the bed in my life. I mean, I've peed the bed more as an adult than as a kid, because you have that fucking dream where, like, you think you get up and go take a pee, and you don't actually get up and go take a pee.
Finally, at the end of May, there was a clip of him stating he spent $185 at a buffet when paying for 2 other adults.
The one we went to was expensive as hell. It was $50 a head. I had to end up paying for me, my wife, and one of her parents. Then they got cake. So it ended up costing me $185, and I tipped $15. Making it even 15 and some change, making it even 200. Why such a bad tip? Dog, I didn't want to spend $200 on a meal. I didn't even enjoy my meal.
While it looked like things were shifting back to bringing focus to the outlandish things Wings says on his stream, a conversation was leaked between Wings and someone he thought he could trust.
I got an interview coming out with the New York Times here in a minute.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
About what?
The trolling and like the all the other stuff.
The New York Times. Damn.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Did they interview you already, or like?
Yeah, it's already done.
Oh, it's already done.
I'm waiting on a photographer to come out to take pictures with the paper and stuff.
And PC photos. So can you give me an inside scoop of what they asked you, or is that private?
I went down the whole trolling bit. Called out Wings 007, gave him his full name and stuff.
Damn.
That video made it through the hands of several trolls and revealed that Jordy was being interviewed by the New York Times, and he gave them the real name of Wings 007, one of the troll channels that existed for nearly 2 years at this time. This video caused an immense amount of chaos. First, it was uploaded on Wings 007's channel on June 1st under Wings a Redemption admits to doxing Wings 007 to New York Times Magazine, leaked. Wings, now aware of this leak, responded to it promptly on stream.
They're criticizing me for doxing someone. They're trying to say I doxed Wings 007, but they got no proof of it.
Though he is infamously known for his inability to form a proper argument, there hasn't been a doxing per se. He only said that he gave him 007's name, and the article has yet to be published. There is no evidence besides a claim. Regardless, this brought more attention to 007, who uploaded a new cameo, this time of Sam Hyde calling out Wings for a boxing match.
Richard Spencer, I'm gonna box you up. I'm gonna really punch a Nazi. I'm gonna really be punching Nazis when I'm done with you, Richard. Yeah, I got your info. I doxed your ass. I fucking doxed your ass. You make me fucking sick. Sick fuck.
As it was later revealed, Sam Hyde didn't even know who Wings was. As for the article, because Wings revealed it, his trolls were reaching out to the journalist who was writing it. Before it even released, Wings was already calling it a hit piece, refusing to work with journalists in the future, even after saying it wouldn't have as much impact as documentaries made on him.
Here's the thing with the New York Times. They only have an average of 340,000 average readers, which is a quarter of what like a documentary video on YouTube gets of me. I did learn one valuable thing. I'm never talking to any kind of fucking news report again. They were like so sweet and like caring and all this other stuff, and as soon as they got what they wanted, they turned into snakes.
So it was a hit piece?
Basically, it's a hit.
Wings also had the New York Times to his list of bad words that now also include Morbius.
I just put the word article and NYT on the banned word list and go about my day. I didn't get more, but I probably should. Yeah, all this Morbius crap.
Oh.
Is that worth it, making it a bannable word?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Hey, it's your channel, man.
The New York Times article was released June 7th and goes over how the misinformation got so bad, covering different cases of it as well as mentioning Wing's old controversial moments when he was part of the podcast PKA, but doesn't drive the narrative against or for him. It also doesn't mention 007 or his real name. The article simply covers the different motivations for spreading misinformation. Even PKA expands on the article's generosity.
I saw that and I thought, they didn't do him wrong. He said a dumb thing, he apologized for it, it was a comedy thing, move on. And 12 years ago, by the way. But Wings felt like they really did him dirty. I didn't see it like that.
Yeah, they did him really kindly. I think that look, it seems like he was the source of all their information.
Talk of the article faded rather quickly, but not for Wings. Possibly feeling it as a blow to his character, he was eating more and more in his stream to elevate his mood. His weight, a bigger topic of discussion because he breached the 400-pound threshold, and as such, he was revealing his former dieting habits of eating 2 Wendy's chilies a day alongside a protein shake, recalling it as a responsible and thought-out diet post-surgery.
Here was my average meals for a while. I'd wake up, I'd have a Premier protein shake, usually chocolate, because chocolate's the only one I could stomach for long periods of time. And then I would have a Wendy's chili for lunch and a Wendy's chili for dinner. And that was my meal for months. The reason I eat Wendy's chili is because it had a lot of protein in it. Because like what they tell you in your weight loss packets is you got to protein. Everything you want is protein.
In relation to the New York Times being on the list of banned words, the list of banned words in his chat came up on stream, in where he reveals what the banned words are.
A lot of people think they're banned because I have a lot of words on lockdown. Like you can't use the word thoughts, you can't use the word like look here, you can't look listen, you can't use the word like rage, you can't laugh in most forms.
A list so massive that he lists the non-slur ones for nearly a minute straight.
The number 12, 16, 45, advice, age of, article, blimp, bottom, carried, diamond, coke, consent, diamond, disaster, EDP, ELO, fat, finger, free, gravy, ha, LMNO, various ways, LOL, look here, look, listen, morb, morbid, Morbius, Morbs, New York Times, the N-word, NY Times, NYT, Pepsi, pimps, in various ways, pre-recorded a bunch of ways, rage, recorded, rich, Richard, Richie, salad, Sam, shout out, in a few ways, sniffers, sniffing, soda, stream, the Times, thoughts, in a various ways, toxic trolls, trolling, trolls, unbanning, what do you think, Wingo, wings of, wongs, yoo-hoo.
Besides this, there were a few more notable moments that took place in June, like Wings doing a Fortnite dance.
See it again. No.
Kelly getting into an accident, but luckily was unharmed. And of course, one last news station celebrating Wings to close out the month of June.
Time to raise the roof, raise a glass, and have another piece of birthday cake. We're also celebrating lots of love tonight. Happy 5th anniversary to Richard and Kelly Jordan.
Even though it was following June, the month of the New York Times article, July was even more eventful. As it would later turn out, it was not the peak, but an escalation to the madness around Wings. To start, Wings 007 did something not typical of a troll channel. Harsh critiques and strategies work best in the dark, without an identifier, whether it's a voice or face attached to them. Yet on Twitch, 007 was restreaming Wings' livestreams, adding his own commentary on them. He was already established as one of Wings' biggest trolls, and because of the freedom of his Twitch chat in comparison to Wings, was getting a fair amount of viewers and even more donations than Wings was receiving. This stream, that included other collaborators, was known as Real Talk, and Wings was not happy with their existence, and thus reported them to Twitch.
Gotta do one more report. You boys at Real Talk will probably be real gone.
He even tweeted at them for support. Predictably, because the restream had commentary, it fell under fair use and no action was taken. By Twitch at least. Wings, displeased, hopped into the livestream stating that he was reporting the stream. Insultingly, a viewer gifted Wings of Redemption a subscription to Real Talk. Wings, now clearly powerless in all this, stated that 007 will go to jail in the future for his transgressions.
No, Wings 007, I'll let you know, you're going to go to jail at the end of all this.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, that's a bold claim, Wings.
It's not a bold claim. I know what's just going behind the scenes.
At this point, it was clear how deep 007's stream was getting under Wings' skin. The community was rewarding this by further donations that got an even bigger rise out of Wings that still sought to take the restream down.
How would they get partnership so fast?
Got partnership.
The restream of my channel. They're going to fight to keep that restream too, because I looked back at it and he made something like $400 or $500 yesterday.
Wings mods were apparently also asking for the restream to be mass flagged.
I mean, when you go to report the restream, I don't know what to put. Like, it just gives me like harassment and shit like that. I need to do copyright. Like, this dude's just straight restreaming me. Yeah, they're streaming my stream and they've made $1,500 in donations, and I've made 37. I haven't asked anybody to mass report anything. They're in kitchen, by the way.
This was another victory for 007. Even other troll channels were becoming of note because of how they were making Wings slip up. One even had Wings accidentally label himself as something he disagreed with.
Why would you name yourself this? Like, really? Like why would you name yourself after...
As a final act of defeat, at least for now, about 2 weeks into the restream saga, Wings opted to just ban anyone talking about the restream.
Can we ban people talking about restream? Any mention of the restream should be banned on site, please.
Indifference could have won in the battle against Real Talk, as less viewers would be interested in it if Wings didn't give it so much attention. Except there was continued escalation, and not through Wings' side. An anonymous person was going around issuing illegal copyright strikes against various troll channels that clipped infamous streamers, such as Darkside Phil, Low Tier God, and Wings of Redemption. Wings 007's own channel was caught in the crossfire and banned for a period because of it. Wings on his stream stated he was not behind it and through his words was possibly fearful of the retaliation that could happen, even wanting the situation to resolve itself before it escalated.
I think somebody was going around and issuing a lot of takedown stuff.
I just don't know why everyone can't just get along.
I'm glad Wings 007's not making videos on me, right? But like, I don't wish like the downfall on anybody. I just wish like all the fake strikes and people striking channels would go away.
As it turned out, Wings was right to fear retaliation. On July 17th, Wings tweeted out that he was being extorted and received an email blaming him for striking the troll channels. So this anonymous person downloaded some of Wings of Redemption's videos, uploaded it on their channel, and informed YouTube that Wings was quote-unquote stealing their content, and YouTube would take down whatever video that was on Wings' channel and give him a channel strike. YouTube is typically hands-off when it comes to copyright claims, and will generally believe the claimant in most cases. It also helps most users are sane enough not to abuse a system that could have terrible legal repercussions. But there are always those few. And so, this is true and illegal abuse of the system. The anonymous extortionist threatened to issue 34 strikes. It only takes 3 to have a channel banned. What's more, this person was requesting $500 USD in Bitcoin to remove the strikes, giving Wings 1 week to deliver the money. So far, it looks like only 1 strike was applied to Wings' channel. As to who did it, the fingers were pointed at someone in Conway Whale Watchers, a Discord full of trolls, owned by some of the most prominent troll channels that notably worked in opposition to Wings 007, as per these Discord screenshots claimed to have doxed him in the past. A hatred that is rumored to be sourced from a jealousy to how prominent 007 had become. So much was happening mid-July between these factions. There was Jordy that was receiving the strikes, Conway Whale Watchers that was being blamed for them and just had their Discord and all members that were in there banned for harassment. It didn't take long for the server and its infamous contributors to relocate.
You have a Discord and it got banned. Can you fill us in on what led to that? What happened?
My Discord account, my server's okay, but my account got banned because I was a part of the Conway Whale Watchers Wings of Redemption troll Discord. I actually just streamed the Northmen with those guys. Those are cool guys. Like we streamed the Northmen and had a good old time. We had a good old time.
They are cool guys. Wings uses the word blackmail because he doesn't know what it means, but someone's trying to extort some money. Someone's trying to extort some money out of Wings.
Oh, well, that's fucked up. I don't like that. Jeez.
Yeah, using the takedown system.
They claimed it was like a Discord. Discord said it was like a server meant for harassment.
Interestingly enough, these screenshots of Real Talk's Twitch chat had both factions against Real Talk. Former members of Conway Whale Watchers were threatening Real Talk, even denoting where they stand by their banned Discord's acronym CWW. There was also hate going their way because some viewed 007 as the face of the trolling community and as the source of the strikes against Wings. This was a tangled mess of alliances that continued to demean themselves through crude tactics and self-importance. This was not anything new. In 2021, there was a leaked conversation between 007 and a former troll of Wings where the pair allegedly joked about using crude strategies against Conway Whale Watchers.
Nah, I'm gonna shit on him. I'm gonna make him want to. I fucking hate that kid. Yeah, it's all fun and games until they get swatted. I'm gonna do what I can to take that shit down. Like, take their server down, all that shit. I'm not going for it. I don't like the idea of server wars or nothing, but for cybersecurity and all that shit, I'm about to just tell him, be like, dude, just pull this guy's information for me, please. I know you can find it. I'm actually hitting him up now.
Through these tactics and conversations, now brought to light because of Wings' harassment, was bringing light to many just how depraved these communities were and how strange they are. To devote so much time to criticizing Wings, yet to have such a warped view and commit atrocities far worse than Wings was further turning the narrative against them. As for Wings, he was getting more support, especially now that he was embarrassing the trolls, not just by allowing them to fight each other in the light, even those that were stream sniping.
You realize that doesn't do anything, right?
Fuck you, shout out Sean Rankley, you fucking. You're a p. Shout out Wings 007, you fucking. You suck, bro. Shout out Rios.
Hmm.
Fucking loser.
You said in
bro.
you said in chat how long to do this?
Like a month?
Like a month?
Oh, you got a problem?
Just curious.
I don't give a fuck, bro.
I'll do this shit.
Like he was trying to get me to play Apex with me and stuff and all this other mess.
Instead of muting them immediately, he was laughing at them and targeting their dedication, as others were.
Bombs protected. Wings, why do you watch CP?
I don't.
Why not?
Because one thing is disgusting.
Why not?
But Wings was still not happy, especially with Real Talk, which is why on the 27th of July, he tweeted, "At Twitch support, you realize you have a channel decision around hating on me as a Twitch partner." Wings did successfully strike down Real Talk by the end of July, but Real Talk fought the strike and won. This combative atmosphere made sure things reached a peak in August. And now, one particular troll was being blamed for the extortion of Wings. They were blamed for the strikes against his channel and asking for $500 in Bitcoin. Someone who Wings calls his #1 worst troll. A person that is a large part of CWW. That person's channel is Gulag Kingpin.
The #1 person is Aussie Guy. Aussie Guy / Gulag Kingpin / Wings of Racism / Wings of Memes / Zenpal Do / 1,000 other different names. He's an Australian guy that spends the vast majority of his time yelling at people and calling people the N-word.
As a result of Wings getting a strike, he decided to private all his videos to avoid further extortion.
Somebody said I stole their Minecraft gameplay on my Apex gameplay. It's a fake strike. That's why all my videos are privated. Yeah, they're extorting me because they asked me for $500 not to strike any of my other videos.
Even so, he received a second strike. Further measures were taken by Wings. Instead of streaming on YouTube, even though he could and it was his platform of preference, he didn't want to antagonize whoever was striking him. So, Wings was streaming on Twitch. His first stream back on August 1st had at some point 2,000 viewers, about 6 times or so more viewers than he would typically get on YouTube. It was on this stream that he revealed he was hit with his second copyright strike.
So here's the thing, I know the chat's spammy and it is what it is, but here's the thing, I got struck again on YouTube. I'm under the idea that it's the same person did it again. I'm thinking it's Gulag Kingpin again.
Just by the name of the source of the video used to copyright strike Wings, 450-pound gaming, it was apparent this copyright strike was also done illegally. And instead of it being one of his former Let's Plays, a stream of his was re-uploaded as it was live, then used to take it down via copyright on YouTube once more. As much as this was another problem for Wings, the other issue was Gulag Kingpin seemed to operate more in the shadows, like most members of the CWW. It was still difficult to pin this on him. As for 007 and his Real Talk stream, this was something Wings could latch onto and attack. That's why Wings popped into their live chat and threatened them with strikes against their Twitch channel, accusing them of bullying and also threatening legal action. Wings did manage to apply 2 strikes, one for each individual reason.
I've already put a strike on them for bullying, and Twitch backed me up, and they got a day ban. And my second strike was a DMCA takedown, which got them a week ban. The third one deletes their channel.
Except they were both overturned, and Real Talk kept on restreaming Wings. There was much threatening litigation from both Real Talk and Wings, none of which led to anything. And then a third strike was applied, but not on Real Talk and not on Wings of Redemption's YouTube channel, which already had 2. It was on Wings of Redemption's Twitch channel, which was more so a week-long ban. Looking at the replies, it seems that Wings said a slur against a teammate. The bigger story here was there was not going to be a Wings of Redemption stream for a week. Wings 007 celebrated this and made it look like he was responsible for depriving Wings content for everyone. Even though Wings was banned, things still escalated in even more bizarre ways. On August 10th, 4 days into Wings' ban, Kelly announced that she was planning a stream of her own on Twitch. Months later, she was banned as well, and Jordy's already banned Twitch channel received an indefinite ban. Both channels were struck for ban evasion. This didn't make much sense, until the possibility of mass reports are factored in that create the false narrative that Kelly's channel was Wings. Regardless, the same day, Wings did end up streaming, not on YouTube or Twitch, but on Twitter for about an hour where he explains his situation.
Honestly, I had nothing to do with it. Like, it came down to, like, Kelly wanted new shoes and some other things. I was like, instead of getting a second job, why don't you just try to build a streaming community? Why don't you stream your walks? And she goes, you know what? That might be a good idea. So, like, she literally made a couple changes. She put, like, Mrs. Wings and Things. She changed her name from Fantasia Life to Mrs. Wings and Things. And she, like, literally made a Streamlabs. And then she tweeted it out that because she was excited about the possibility of streaming. And then everybody mass reported it as like we were ban evading. So that's the whole Twitch thing. I've filed the appeals.
Wings also discusses his different types of trolls and states that 007's Real Talk was not responsible for the YouTube strike's extortion.
But maybe the first 7-day ban came about this, but like the YouTube has nothing to do with Real Talk. It's a whole different set of trolls. Because like, you might not know this, but like my troll population is segmented into 3 groups. You have the casual guys, you have the Real Talk guys, and then you have the sycophants. Basically people that break the law, do illegal stuff, do everything in the shadows.
In this stream, it was also revealed that Wings deleted his entire catalog of YouTube videos. Once private, they were now all gone to mitigate further harassment.
I already had to delete all my videos. Like, I deleted all my videos at this point on YouTube to help mitigate people throwing strikes.
Not all was terrible for Wings. As he reveals, he got a new toy truck from a fan.
Oh, I had a fan come and visit me today. He brought me a Trail Boss. The big ups on the back.
And as much as he stated in the past how much he despises streaming, this 4-day break revealed Wings doesn't stream for pure financial incentive.
There's no donating on Twitter. I'm just streaming this stream. This stream's just to chill out and talk. I get lonely at night.
As he couldn't receive donations on Twitter. The following day, instead of streaming on Twitter, he was streaming on Facebook. After being deprived from streaming for just 5 days, it appears Wings found a new sense of gratitude for his job. He was more chummy with his audience.
My goal right now is just to make the stream as entertaining as humanly possible. That's my goal going forward. Like I'm getting out of all the drama and the infighting and all that shit. Kelly is amazing.
Even with having about a third of his viewers as he was not on his website of preference. He even encouraged Real Talk to restream him.
That's fine if Real Talk's live. Tell them to restream me. Send more people my way. Let's cross network platform. Let's make this money.
On the night of this Facebook stream, he was going back and forth with YouTube on Twitter, trying to inform them about the false strikes once again. This was unsuccessful. A support system that is utilized more on a different social media platform rather than their own should already exemplify how unreliable and confused YouTube's support structure is. With no options remaining and fearing more strikes, Wings claims he cut a deal with Gulag Kingpin. He could stream again. But as revealed on August 13th, on his first stream back on YouTube, he had to shave his facial hair.
So I talked to Gulag Kingpin. And he promised he wouldn't strike my account anymore if I went beardless. I'm sticking up to my word. Let's see if he sticks up to his.
As a further testament to YouTube's incompetence, Wings reveals how Gulag Kingpin wasn't able to remove the 2 previous applied copyright strikes.
You know what the fucked up thing is, Skeezy TV? I asked him to take the strike off tonight, and they couldn't do it because the account that they put the strike on with me got banned for giving fraudulent strikes. But they kept, but the strike stayed on my account until the counter notification goes up. That's some bullshit.
People were furious at how Wings was treated. The most interesting part was their different sources of anger. There were many users heavily displeased that Gulag only asked Wings to shave his beard and did not issue further punishment. Some of these read, "Trolls squandered this one to BH. They could have forced him to actually lose weight or improve his life instead of shaving a beard. 62 IQ move. You guys never should have let up. Keep pushing until he's banned everywhere. It will save his life." The trolls took a massive L on this. They could have taken him off the internet, or hell, worst of all, to Facebook streaming, but they decided to be spineless cowards and gave in to having Wings as a cash cow. He shaved his beard, wow, you really got him there. So pathetic they gave in to Tubby. Most parties might view Wings as a source of entertainment. There is no personal involvement, just entertainment in his outlandish statements and actions. But these users actively seek to be part of Wings' life and feel they are owed his improvement. They have a personal hatred for Wings, whether it was from becoming a donating fan and feeling betrayed by his lack of improvement or his past statements or cruelty. Yet these users will forego others' transgressions as long as it gets back to Wings. A dangerous thing to be attacking someone's character without realizing their own flaws. This goes far beyond just seeking entertainment, and is an obsession that is not looked upon favorably by those not already indoctrinated into these communities. Even Noel, the controversial owner of Kiwi Farms, a forum that due to its doxing of individuals no longer exists on the ClearNet amongst other things, was speaking out on the treatment of Jordy. Quote, "I'm literally doing the opposite. I'm calling out people who are pretending they are helping Jordy by doing this shit. Either get together in redacted little Discord clubs and fuck with his money and channels, or say that you're helping him and are his best friend. You can't do both. Attention he gets from troll channels is worthless when he has no main channels. I honestly feel like I'm going insane because I can't believe how dumb people are these days. Cancel culture is not helping people, swatting isn't funny. Breaking the law to fuck with a lolcow isn't okay." Each of these statements has proven contentious when 20 plus users in the last month. "I'm really quite sick of you redacted TBH." Unquote. It appears this perspective was not shared among many of the troll channels who were celebrating Wings' shaven beard and forced him to do such a thing. Null's post brought forward a building frustration, and though 007's Real Talk was not responsible for it, Real Talk was the only tangible face of Wings' trolling community, and even a community post hardly quelled the unrest. As revealed by their Twitch chat, there was much infighting between how Jordy should be treated, and insults calling Real Talk as pathetic as Wings, blaming Real Talk for a deal they kept stating that they were not responsible for. The celebration of getting Wings to shave his beard was cut short. Not only was Wings getting support for the cruelties towards him, his Twitch channel was also unbanned as Twitch reversed their mistake when banning Kelly's and Wings' channel. As for the trolls and who was doing what, there was so much confusion and blame. It started from Gulag Kingpin allegedly extorting Wings by striking his YouTube channel with false strikes. Then this was settled with Wings shaving his beard instead of having to pay $500, and as it turned out, Real Talk cut a deal themselves with Wings to not have Real Talk struck. This is why there is so much confusion. People were associating the deal Real Talk made with Wings to be the deal Gulag Kingpin made to shave Wings' beard. And so it was still assumed that Real Talk was responsible for the extortion when that was still not the case.
007's not the one striking me. I know exactly who's striking me.
Regardless, Real Talk through August was still getting criticized for both being too hard and soft on Wings. And then, on August 16th, 2 videos were released which made an entirely mad situation even worse. On Twitter, Wings linked a video titled Wings Redemption CWW Trolls Exposed, parentheses Gulag Kingpin. Source from a channel also made on the 16th named Gulag Kingpin's Revenge. These 2 videos are the leaked conversation between Gulag Kingpin and Wings. According to the description of video 2, the full conversation was an hour long and promised to be uploaded in its entirety. But it never was, and only about 17 minutes of it exist on this channel. At the end of the first part of this interview, the person calling themselves Gulag Kingpin states what is the entire community's goal and why Wings' harassment is warranted.
You on the Gulag Kingpin channel on YouTube?
Yeah. Everyone's end goal is for you to get a job.
But you already told me in this call that even if I got a job, you wouldn't allow me to stream a side hustle.
Yeah, but that's not a job.
What's not? Yeah, I didn't tell you what job I would get.
Why don't you just get a job and not stream?
Just by the contents of this call, it is clear that this was the call where the deal was struck to shave Wing's beard a few days before its leak. The second part looks to have jumped to a different section of the conversation after the alleged Gulag comments about Elon Musk without context.
It's not really hard to be the next Elon.
You got you an Elon Musk idea in your back pocket?
Possibly. What if I was making money off stuff like this?
I mean, like, it is like, what are you talking about this? What is this?
Just extorting people.
Then you could be. That would just make you a criminal.
But that's a defensive word. I wouldn't call myself a criminal.
I mean, most people would, though.
I'll call myself a very smart person.
The conversation then veers off into Gulag revealing how much he hates black people, with Wings combating the arguments.
I don't trust Martin, though.
Why don't you like Martin Luther King?
No.
You don't like him?
I just don't like black people, to be fair.
What don't you like about him?
I don't like them. I don't like that they're criminals. I don't like that they cause trouble. I don't like that they riot over bullshit. I don't like that they cry to get their own way.
So, like, you automatically assume black people are criminals because... why?
Because the majority are.
You realize they're a very small percentage of the population outside like Africa, right? What you're construing as like a color situation, that this is how black people act, is really a class situation. People that are poor, impoverished, do things that poor, impoverished people do.
This back and forth lasts for about 3 minutes before changing to conversation about Wing's prior job at a steel mill, then shifted to talking about a former member being kicked out of the community because they swatted Wings.
So the thing is, in all honesty, I'll tell you, because Sparky did do it. Sparky was doing it with someone else. Sparky sent the police to your house, and yeah, Sparky got kicked out of the community because of it.
The alleged Gulag states that he will upload a final video after this deal.
So you want me, when I shave my beard off, do you want me to tell them that you made me do it?
Go for it. That'd be funny.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a good final video for me to upload.
With anything involving trolls, there always needs to be skepticism about claims, especially if they are not coming from their channel. The person claimed to be Gulag Kingpin could really be anyone talking to Jordy, and though the comments are turned off, there exist screenshots both celebrating Gulag's hatred of black people, but also skepticism in that Wings could have hired someone to argue with to discredit Gulag. If this was the only video that could be analyzed, then maybe they would have weight to their argument. But there exists other times Wings enters Conway Convicts, the new server of the Conway Whale Watchers. When seeking a different troll, he is instead greeted with a familiar voice.
Mr. Yellow Dick Swagger, put your mic in.
No, he's not putting his mic on. This is between me.
Why don't he put his mic in? Why is he so fucking scared?
Shut up.
You fucking... Ooh.
Shut your mouth, you fucking fat.
I'm about to leave. Mr. Yellow Dick Swagger, put his mic on, or I'm gonna leave.
You're a pussy, Richard. You can't handle it.
He's in here just recording.
This community of trolls and their ideologies and the way they carry themselves is interesting to say the least. As to archive, a different channel uploaded segments of the first 2 videos of the conversation between Gulag and Wings. The description labels the different factions between the Conway Convicts, Real Talk, and independent trolls of note. The comments on this video are quite different than those on the original 2. Some read, all parties involved would be better off if they found a job. Let's be real, this whole thing has gone way beyond trolling. I find it quite ironic and weird how trolls go after Wings for the racist and other messed up things he said in the past, but when trolls themselves hold the same views, nobody seems to bat an eye towards them. Gulag Kingpin is pretty unhinged, but at the same time, Wings deserves everything that is happening to him, so it's hard to feel bad for Wings for having to deal with someone like this. As for Gulag Kingpin, on his channel, he uploaded segments of the conversation with Wings that were never released. These were seemingly chopped up to make Wings look worse, and as stated was his final video. And after Wings shaved his beard, he was no longer getting illegitimate strikes on his channel. All the evidence points to Gulag Kingpin being responsible for the illegitimate striking of Wings that has been going on for over a month, yet viewers were still blaming 007's Real Talk for the harassment. Few knew what was really going on. Also on the 16th, still the same day the call between Gulag Kingpin and Wings was leaked, Wings himself posted on Reddit. Specifically on the PKA subreddit, the post titled, "People think I'm a terrible human, don't know what a terrible human is." In this post, he admits to his faults, but states that his actions are undeserving of the harassment he receives. While the post did get 1.8 thousand upvotes, a rarity considering Wings' posts are often mass downvoted, the comments are mixed. Some pointing out how Wings did not address his continued treatment of his viewers and actual supporters, and how he will respond more to trolls than those wanting better for him. Quote, "You don't appreciate your viewership. You don't do it as often now as you used to. But you were always quick to get off stream when you hit your donation targets. You want people to donate to you without question/reason. You want to hit your targets as soon as possible, so when you get slightly agitated, you can get off without feeling bad about the amount of money you quote-unquote made. More recently, it's about playing new titles and not finishing them simply because they didn't make you money on the first stream. Maybe your fans who wanted to watch you play particular games couldn't make it because you stream at random times without ever announcing it. Maybe you would have gotten donations from people if they had the chance to stop by and watch you play. It all comes down to you not caring about your viewership at all. All you care about is money up front. Same thing for Stray, demanding thousands of dollars for 2 hours of gameplay. Even if you raised that much, you would have streamed it at a random time with no notice, and you would have deleted the VOD. So whoever donated the money will likely never get to see it." Unquote. To expand on this, when donating to any streamer, it is expected for them to call out your name and thank you for the donation or subscription. This is common in the online space. So why donate to him when Wings has shown there to be a cheaper way to get him to call out your name without having to pay at all?
Gold rank callouts can be banned now. Ban Bebo, please. Ban Nintendo Master. Can we ban Otis, please? He's supposed to be banned last stream.
It is not surprising that users seek the path of least resistance for some acknowledgement. Still, on the 16th, he received another Twitch ban for slurs he claimed he did not say. On the 17th, he was tweeting at content creators Con Carnage and Moist Critical, both creators that may have some knowledge of him, but have no apparent relationship with him. These went unanswered. Yet after these chaotic 2 months, things normalized. Wings 007 abandoned Real Talk and continued to upload clips to his channel, but there still remained a lingering feeling about the chaos that went on.
Hello. It's nice to meet you, Wings of Redemption. My name is the Gamer from Mars. I'm not sure if you know who I am. Like, yeah, I don't. It's just like this insane thing where in no other case is there a YouTuber where I know troll channels names. I know Sean Ranklin, I know the Slob Father, Wingtings V8, Wings 007. It's insanity that I know these names of trolls and they're that notable, and that you're jumping on calls with them and trying to negotiate with terrorists about like if they're going to try to shut down your channels.
Well, that's out of desperation that call happened.
All the Wings stuff, like it just makes me sad. Like it just makes me sad for him.
Yeah.
I don't know in the way you guys do, obviously, but like when I see a million videos of the downfall of this guy and mock him for this and that, it's like, yeah, I genuinely feel like a lot of sympathy.
The punishment doesn't fit the crime.
It's like fucked up the amount he is messed with.
Wings' channel was still on decline because he was being less and less reactive. He was not giving the reaction the trolls wanted. By the end of 2022 and the start of 2023, there was even greater infighting. Lumix, a popular clip channel that also covers Wings, was under fire from the Conway Convicts. In January, the Conway Convicts were celebrating a mass loss in his subscriber base. To understand this, the troll culture of Wings must also be understood, and these screenshots of Conway Convicts must be examined. These reveal that they believe Lumix was working with Wings to strike other troll channels for copyright so Lumix could grow with less competition. Like most things related to trolls, there is no apparent evidence to back this up. They were also, again, targeting 007 because he copied their clips of Jordy and some edits they made. This escalated to the point where one channel, Wingtings, a member of the Conway Convicts Discord, uploaded Wings of Redemption Pay Pig Secrets Exposed featuring Lumix and Wings 007. A pay pig is slang for someone who will often donate to infamous creators regardless of their own poor treatment. This video, to cause such a bleeding of subscribers, must have some damning information. The video starts with a disclaimer that this is not meant to start a troll civil war. The opening and supposedly damning piece of information was this. Tax Lumix presents at the beginning of his videos asking users not to charge back after donating to Wings. Wingtings believes this to be so damning that he added the additional information extra post in his video in asterisks. He further exposes Lummox's statement that fucking with people's money isn't right, something that Wingtings and the troll community seems to disagree with. Lummox and 007 are then accused of giving Wings money, which is a terrible thing in this community. Then, they are accused of stealing other troll videos once more, even though those are for the most part recorded segments of Wings streams. The video ends with actual damning footage at the end against 007, showcasing that time he was talking about doxing members of the Conway Whale Watchers in 2021.
I'm about to just tell him, dude, just pull this guy's information for me, please.
And a time when he allegedly harassed a former editor's family.
Nathaniel, can you please stop harassing young kids and teenagers in your Discord server? You know it's illegal to prey on children, and you're in a private VC right now with a young teenager. I have the screenshots. They have admitted to being a young teenager, and you're preying and sexualizing these young kids. You need to seek help as soon as possible. You're a failure at life.
At the very end are credits given to Wingtings' alleged associates. These unique, self-imposed standards of these communities that are built around hyper-focusing on a failing streamer is far more captivating than Wings himself. Wings even acknowledged the troll civil war and stated that he had nothing to do with it.
I'm gonna put it out there, like right now nobody pays me, and I ain't got nothing to do with the troll fucking civil war.
They're fighting with each other now.
Yeah, like half of them want to deplatform me, the other half want to make money off me, and they're like having a civil war against it.
It gets even more bizarre in how these troll channels view themselves and what is necessary. 007, in response to these allegations, went on a livestream hosted by a channel that goes by Kingsley T. It is here where this culture of troll channels is brought to light. In that, in order to gain respect within this community, these same age-old controversial clips of Wings has to be placed within their videos. Also paying Wings in any form is a sin.
I've always said, if Lummox does pay Wings and it comes out that there's some sort of undeniable, indefinite proof, receipt, that he is paying Wings, I would be fully on board with the fuck Lummox train. Like, fuck him.
Okay.
But, and that's the thing, people, I came in the community and I've been firm on that stance, and that's towards anybody. Until there's a 100% valid receipt, then I can't say for sure you are paying Wings, you know?
Yeah.
That's a hefty allegation.
What's more, possibly to gain the respect of other detractors, where cruelty is credit, 007 says he hopes Wings' career burns.
Everybody has free will to believe what they want to believe. It's all good. If you hate me, you hate me. It's fine. It's all good. And hopefully, you know, Wings' streaming career burns in a fucking fiery house fire.
Troll channels of Wings pride themselves in what most content creators would deem insane. They dedicate their time to watching someone they hate, only to hyper-edit Wings streams into something even less consumable. Some do these weekly, and nearly all of them are tainted with their intros.
Wings tings!
This, in terms of entertainment, is the worst offender. They will insert cobbled together edits with zero substance to represent their channel, the same intro in every video. Sometimes these will go on for the first 40 seconds of the video and it's clear why their channels are failing. Even in sub 2-minute videos, these will be the majority of the video.
I cut child pornography off around 12. Whatever, I hope your family dies in an automobile wreck. I did say the age of consent should be 12.
They do this because other troll channels love these, and they will try to outdo each other with these.
We all thought Wings Ting's video would speak for itself. However, new information has come to light. Seems the rabbit. Okay. First, check out Breaking Banquet's new intro. Thanks for letting me use.
This is what happens when videos are not made for entertainment, but to win over the respect of other Wingtubers, as they call themselves.
Somebody you're watching right now, one of your favorite Wingtubers right now.
As strange as it is in how they perceive themselves, they do have a keen eye for dredging up the most bizarre and unexpected clips of Jordy or his wife. It is well known that Kelly is religious and drives a fair distance to attend her church, something she is passionate about. That's why there is little surprise that there would be footage of her in there at some point.
A lot of people on TikTok recently have been saying, how can you spend your life brainwashed
This is all very convincing. The church, the voice, the subject of social media, and mention of the block button. That's why the biggest surprise of it all was apparently it wasn't even Kelly, just a doppelganger.
First off, she knows about TikTok. I don't know nothing about no TikTok. The pulpit, way bigger than the pulpit at my church. And this dude here, he looks kind of confused. I think he looks confused, like what happened to her.
He's like, what the hell's TikTok?
Yeah. First of all, you should be able to tell from the voice. She doesn't have the southerner.
This instance of imitation was accidental, a irregular happening in Wing's life. The next one was more typical, when on January 25th, he tweeted that his PlayStation account was hacked once more, but was able to get it back rather swiftly. He even found out how it was taken last year.
So I created 3 security questions that were all super easy. Like, it's like, what's your first car? What's your mother's maiden name? What's your favorite, video game or something like that? They were all super easy. And what ended up happening was they social engineered those questions.
So it was the security questions. Easy to answer considering how well documented Wings is. This realization came to him in a dream.
Because in my dream, my subconscious brought back up those security questions. I'm like, the security questions.
For the most recent hacking, it was because they had access to the PlayStation backup codes.
They were still logged in and they had my backup codes. Because I never logged them out of the account. And I didn't know about the backup codes.
This marks the 3rd time it was taken. This harassment was typical for Wings. What's different now is it isn't a spectacle. There was no conversing with the trolls or having creators console him and thrust him onto Twitter trending. Things resolved themselves fast and nothing was dramatized. As it continued to turn out, this is bad for his career, where the core of it is bombastic failure. The lack of drama was reflecting even more on his metrics, and to that, he thinks he may have been shadow banned.
I think YouTube right now has me like shadow banned or something right now, because like all of a sudden I start losing subscribers and my streams lose 150 viewers. Like there's something behind the scenes happening. It just didn't happen that way. Something changed.
Not all was bad because news stations were congratulating him on his future birthdays.
A happy birthday and big ups to Richard for his 40th birthday from the Hooligans and Kelly.
And Blake is turning 12.
Wings at this time was where he was in many other times. Whenever things are not going particularly well, whether he is gaining more weight, he is more depressed than usual, he is unable to stream or something similar, he will be more prone to experimentation. A desperation born from wanting to keep streaming. This time, with low numbers and revenue, Keemstar tweeted about Wings Redemption and another creator in the same boat, Boogie2988, boxing and an upcoming match. In March, Wings was scrolling to Twitter and accidentally clicked on his messages. Twitter pops up the most recent conversation, which was with Keemstar. Keemstar linking to an upcoming match, revealing that they would possibly be on the undercard. And here, Keemstar states, "Guys, I still don't have the contracts yet. They're telling me tomorrow. All week it's been like this, but you both have my word that this is very much real. We are very much really doing this, at pay will be 10k each." The top of the conversation reveals that this is a group chat with the one other user being Boogie. For a split second, when panicking and trying to switch pages as to not leak further information, Wings clicks on a different conversation which is also about the boxing match. This was building up more hype for the potential event, but not enough to truly believe it would happen. Talk of the boxing match was invading his chat. Wings was demonstrating his fighting ability and confidence in a victory. Even with this show he was putting on, view counts were still dropping.
What happens with all the fight from the... Dude, there is no hype from the fight. My viewers are lower now than when I wasn't doing the fight.
But that was only making Wings more dedicated. He was even trying to lose weight once more. This caused some confidence in Wings. When stepping on a scale designed for larger individuals, he was stating that he was 418 pounds.
I weigh 418 right now. Shit, I can prove I weigh 418.
But the scale gave a different number that was a 7-pound difference.
He's lying to me. 418 this morning.
An interesting bit of trivia is those scales designed for larger users need audio to properly deliver information to users, as these users' mass will block the view from the number you would typically see on a normal scale. This training would not go in vain. Keemstar on April 17th tweeted a video of him signing a wall. The camera then pans to Wings sitting on a chair in his streaming room. Further promotional materials were released. One of Keemstar taking a Pepsi out of Wings' fridge. But the most important was the signing of the contracts.
There it is!
Even if Boogie were to back out, Wings would still get those $10,000. This was going to happen. He was even losing weight as a result of it. No doubt, the fight continued to be the biggest topic of conversation in his streams, where he was showing off his flexibility and the moves he was practicing in training. At the beginning of May, the fight was just about 2 weeks away. Wings getting more promotion had varying reaction from onlookers. No reactions more sour than from his trolls, and none creating more noise and more so annoyance than Wingtings. Wingtings was actively trying to get the event cancelled. He was tweeting at YouTube, the organizers, and the arena. Attached were those exhausted clips of Wings saying controversial things that had been used time after time. What happened afterwards was certainly not Wingtings' intent. While Wingtings hardly represents all the trolls, his existence does represent the state of the community around Wings. As more and more passive users lost interest in Wings, mostly the hyper-interested remained in this diminishing pool of Wings viewers. Your typical viewer will watch for pure entertainment, and with those people coming back, some with the building hype, these strange methods and cultures mostly working against Wings developed by trolls whose views don't represent the masses, in the end worked in favor of Wings. This normalization in how Wings was being treated caused swift backlash. On Twitter, there was a lengthy chain of Wingtings and a user going back and forth. This user was accusing Wingtings of being tied to his swatting. Wingtings was refuting this. This user was further pressing Wingtings and stated that they were going to be in a lot of trouble. These responses and dismissive attitude demonstrated well how little experience Wingtings had with dealing with criticism. So despite his best efforts, the fight was still on, and Wings was now in London. The weigh-ins happened where it was revealed Wings lost weight. Now all that was left was this greatly anticipated event. The day of the fight was absolutely special. Never before had Wings had this much of an audience. Even before Wings came out, Boogie was stumbling and showing signs of exhaustion. So when Wings came out rapping a song that had become a meme recently on his streams, his demeanor was of pure confidence. His sights held on Boogie overpowered his opponent's dedication, a fair predictor to how the fight was going to end. And so the two touched gloves, and as quickly as it began, it ended. After not so much of an exchange, but a delivering of blows from Wings to Boogie. And after round 2, the Titanic weight class had its first victor.
And therefore your winner, Wings of Redemption!
In the end, Wings landed 25 punches to Boogie's singular punch. Some sources to Wings being younger and more flexible than Boogie. Even so, the dedication to this could not be ignored. Wings was celebrated and surrounded by, and the first time in a long time, true supporters of his stream and him as a person. He met other creators that were genuine fans of his. It must have been overwhelming to go from a trailer in a rural town surrounded by nothing but detractors, to a major city and be congratulated by big names that Wings possibly didn't even know knew of his existence. This was framed as a comeback. Wings of Redemption could live up to his name. This was meant to propel him and use this motivation to turn a depressive perspective into one of hope. That's why this is much more than just a match, because there is a message that is constantly delivered to Wings. One that improvement is possible with dedication. No one wants to invest hope in someone that fails constantly. But when someone is on the rise from the bottom, they become a symbol of this hope. If Wings can improve from this desperate spiral, then that can be inspiration for some of his viewers. This was a reinvestment in a grand failure, one that if it failed again would be depressive to people beyond Wings or Kelly. All Wings had to do is keep going strong and not allow himself to be deterred from the shock of a fast-paced and supportive event in which he was the center of for a period, to allowing the slower pace and secluded life in his trailer to take hold of him once more. This was very promising because his first stream back, he started off strong. He received possibly thousands of dollars in donations, and he was wearing his special top hat. He was in a good mood, and thanks to his subscribers, could not keep up with the pace that they were donating.
Holy shit, optimistically clinical. Great, dude, thank you for the $20. Hey, thank you, Meows. Holy shit. Thank you, Bren. Thank you, Shingo. Holy moly, it's fucking flying off. Rez, dude, thank you for the $52. Holy shit. Oh, How'd you guys like the fight? Holy shit, question back. Thank you for the 20. I done king. Holy shit, I can't keep up with all of this.
What's more is Wingtings, the troll that attempted to cancel the fight, was being called out by Keemstar and other creators. A lashing so bad that Wingtings left the internet without a trace. Wings was still winning. His fight was being analyzed to show how likely his victory was against Boogie.
What he did is just put his hand away, look the other way, hope for mercy, and there was no mercy to be found in that ring.
I know.
But merits and achievements can only get anyone so far. There seems to be a continued lack of understanding from Wings. Whether he lost or won, his streams would bleed viewers if he kept doing the same thing. What made him interesting was his raging, the insulting comments and reactions that speak to a wider audience. But with his passiveness in terms of entertainment and a general disregard for his chat, the dislike between both his core viewers and him is very much still there, and their investments go beyond entertainment. If he doesn't change anything about how he presents his streams, how he acts, what he plays, the results will always be the same. And certainly they were.
I think it's fair to say this, that the boxing did not help my career. That part of my life's behind me. Wraith, I'm not going to be in a better mood, man. I'm depressed. I'm a manic depressive is what I am, dude. It's the reason people pick on me. If I come back when I'm in a better mood, I won't stream the rest of the month. I was on a big high because I felt like I was succeeding. Now I feel like I'm failing. You come off of, people caring about you and giving you congratulations to a 150 viewer stream. See how it makes you feel. Especially when you don't like yourself to begin with. Puhan, I don't know if you noticed, but I've streamed maybe a total of 6 hours in 2 weeks.
Not only was Wings not pushing past the lows of coming back from an exciting trip, he also barely streamed 6 hours in those 2 weeks back. June was far worse. He even regretted doing the fight entirely.
Actually, I regret ever doing the fight. I'm not going to change. It's not going to happen. Because I don't want to exercise. I don't want to center my channel around exercising. I don't. I like being fucking fat. I like eating. I like sleeping.
With Wings, it could be hard to precisely show how well he was doing month to month, due to the lack of archival on his side. However, this stream, he was generous enough to talk about the back-end metrics of his channel only he had access to.
I'm down 33% on views, I'm down 5% on watch time, 104% on subscribers. I've actually lost 81 subscribers in the month of June. And my money is down 43%, so...
In this stream, he was very open on sharing his continued failures, using metrics and abandoned projects to demonstrate his lack of progress. One such project was a complete Dead Space Let's Play he had recorded. And not just recorded, it was already cut down and ready for upload. It only lacked thumbnails.
I've pointed out before, I have a complete Let's Play I did. Complete Let's Play. Completely done. Commentated, edited, the whole 9. I just need thumbnails made for it. Am I putting it out? No.
This abandoned project speaks so much about Wings and his complete inability to improve that is tied to a lack of understanding of where he is. It is not only that he can't finish a project that has the smallest barriers in terms of needing thumbnails for the uploads. It is also that he invested his time in something that is dated to a point that it is guaranteed to fail. Let's Plays are a long-dead genre that have been replaced. They were once popular before games became largely digital, easy to access, and many of them free. For that reason, the creator is now at the center of the gameplay videos. It is now more important than ever to have a personality. For Wings to not understand any of this, for him to invest 12 hours of his time, plus the additional hours of editing it took to create this, is astonishing to how ignorant it is as a creator who has been in his field for over 14 years now. And it only got worse. His streams lost even more interest. Wings hit a new point of desperation, where in the past he would shrug at a $100 donation.
I just want to point out I've been streaming for 6 hours, and other than the dude that donated $300 and some, I've made $17 worth of donations.
Now he was sniffing his chair for just $10.
The chair has to be a $10 donation, not 2 5s. Let's get it real here. Oh, he did do the chair. My bad. Oh, that was worse than I thought it was going to be.
Even though metrics are not publicly available for Wings' channel, his troll channel metrics are, and they are also at an all-time low. As much as they want Wings to fail, it is clear how their reliance of success affects them. This is another video coming to a close with Wings again being in a poor state. This clip is as recent as September.
Yeah, it's just, you get complacent. You get to the point where, like, you're just waiting for life to end. Like, there's so many days in my life where I wake up and it's like, I just want the day to end again so I go back to sleep. And I'm trying to change that.
Wings of Redemption is not a typical creator. He is a lolcow, a creator that has been granted survival for their failures. This label exists to demonstrate a lack of understanding and improvement. Just like psychopaths or geniuses, these are a different type of person, maybe even more rare. A lolcow's best known trait is failure. Even so, there is also a lack of understanding from those that seek for his improvement, that whether through kindness or harassment, others think they can influence what is shown to only revert.
Alright boys, I'm done for tonight.
To stay the same.